White Noise is set in a tiny American town in the 1980s and begins with Professor Jack Gladney discussing Hitler studies, a topic he developed at college on the Hill. Despite his expertise in the field, he speaks little German and is discreetly studying for an upcoming conference address. We then look at his family in further detail. Babette is Jack's wife. He has a fourth wife. Furthermore, their children are a mixed bag from prior marriages in addition to their own. Heinrich and Steffi are from 2 of Jack's past marriages. Denise is from Babette's prior marriage, and Wilder is a kid they conceived together. Every morning, we watch the family having crazy discussions. Denise observes her mother taking a strange medicine and throws it away one day. She searches for it and finds that it is known as Dylar. Later, Jack and Babette have an odd debate about death, and they come to the conclusion that living without the other would be lonely. Soon after this conversation, Jack has a dream about a guy attempting to murder him. Continuing ahead, while Jack prepares his presentation for the Hitler conference, his colleague and American culture professor, Professor Murray Siskind, approaches him for assistance in building a similar specialty sector for Elvis Presley as he did for the German dictator. When Jack goes by Murray's class, they engage in an odd back-and-forth conversation in which they discuss Hitler and Elvis, respectively. Everyone has gathered to see the 2 teachers perform. A train carrying deadly chemicals is struck by a vehicle carrying a combustible material as Jack reaches his climax in another location. Consequently, there is a fiery explosion that spills poisonous gas across the town. Following the explosion, it is evident that the community is not secure. The Airborne Toxic Event occurs when a deadly chemical, niodine derivative or niodine D, begins to cover the region. Jack is persuaded that it isn't a huge concern and that they can avoid it by staying home. However, when the authorities declare a mass evacuation, the entire town devolves into panic and confusion. As soon as the Gladneys enter the highway, a severe traffic jam has formed. The authorities eventually declare that if individuals have not left their homes, it is safe to remain inside, validating Jack's initial idea. He ultimately drives to a petrol station, where he is subjected to acid rain. Later, Jack hears from extremely unfaithful sources that his cloud exposure was deadly. They are quarantined after they arrive at a shelter. Jack confesses in Murray about the circumstance, since he thinks he is going to die. He receives a rifle from the latter to defend himself against aggressive campers. When families attempt to escape their imprisonment while in quarantine, panic results, and the Gladneys get involved. They manage to escape, but Jack accidentally crashes his car into a river. He succeeds in getting it out, and he joins another line of vehicles driving toward Iron City, as citizens have been forced to leave once more because of the cloud coming to the west. The threat soon ends, and the family are instructed to resume their regular lives. However, Jack's fear of dying grows significantly as a result of being exposed to the rain. He starts seeing odd men following him around in his dreams. When the Airborne Toxic Event first happened, Denise told her father she was worried about Dylar. Jack tried to find out more about the medication by asking around, but he was unsuccessful. Now, everything returns to normal with the exception of Babette, who grows aloof and chilly toward Jack. She admits to taking part in a dubious scientific research for a medication to alleviate anxiety connected to death when he questions her about the substance. Babette also admits that she entered this trial by doing Mr. Gray, a male, sexual favor. She stopped visiting Dylar after learning that he couldn't help her overcome her dread of dying. Due of his own anxiety, Jack is first attracted by Dylar and requests it. He subsequently searches the garbage for it after his wife admits that she tossed it away. After successfully locating a newspaper containing a Dylar advertisement, Jack decides that he must kill the man who had an affair with his wife. He follows him to the hotel that Babette had earlier specified, where he uses his gun to shoot him. He also learns that the figure in his visions is Mr. Gray. Jack places the gun in his hands to make it appear as though he committed suicide. However, Babette shows up just in time for Mr. Gray to fire the final shot before he passes away. It strikes Jack's wrist and then ricochets towards Babette, striking her leg as well. After a discussion about males being killers, the two decide to save Mr. Gray. They transport him to a hospital operated by German nuns. When they ask the head nun about it, they learn that the healers reject the idea of God and heaven. The pair finds this irony to be a bitter pill to chew, but they learn a very valuable lesson about life and existence. They finally come to terms as they recover. The Gladneys complete their grocery shopping in a supermarket, where they join the other customers and employees in a dance routine. So hope you enjoy the video. Stay tuned for further updates, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. See you next time. Till then, be safe. Bye.